What's up, guys? Today we're back under the hood of the Starion to take a look at our fuel injectors. So to access the two fuel injectors on this car, we're going to take apart this ECI, electronically controlled injection, top hat. The 83 was the first model year of the Starion Conquest and the only to have this design ECI. Perks are that it says ECI on the top so you never forget, and it looks cool. Cons, well, you'll see. So here's a look at the throttle and the bottom of the injectors. I'll take out those last 4 screws on the top hat and then we can remove the injectors from their housing. As you might be able to see here, these injectors have built-in connectors and wires, so what that means is we're going to have to remove the whole harness to clean them out. Cons. Now to clean these guys, I've got some carbon choke cleaner which is going to fit right into the top of the injector, as you can see there. On the wiring side, we've got 2 wires with both ends stripped and then connectors on one end. I just used 18 gauge automotive wire because that's about what the injectors use, and then spade connectors which are going to insert right into this plug. I've got the battery and then an alligator clip to hold down the ground wire. Here's a look at the whole setup before we start. Got the ground wire connected to the battery, then the other end that'll pulse on the positive terminal, and then the injectors hanging out there. I've got the first injector rigged up and I'm going to pulse it until the stream comes out clean and even. I'll do this for the second injector as well, and then I'll rig up some tape on the other end of each injector to backflush them. On the injector housing, there are these little screen filters, so I'll run some carb cleaner through there as well. We'll get our injectors back into the housing, and then the top hat on, and the return line plugged back up to the top hat. We'll also plug that wiring harness back in, and then of course tighten down all of our hardware on the top hat so we don't leak. There's just 2 screws holding in the return line, 4 screws on the top of the injector housing, and then 2 screws and 2 bolts holding down the top hat. Last thing for today is to change the main fuel filter. I say main because there are 2 additional ones in this car. One in line with the fuel pump, right below this access panel in the trunk, and then one in the tank at the end of the pickup tube. The fuel lines on top of the gas tank were being jerked, so we'll save that job for another day. Cracked the 2 19mm fuel bolts and then got the old filter out of the bracket. You can see our fuel lines hanging out up there and down there. We'll also change the washers on the end of the bolts here because it came with new ones. And here's the new fuel filter. It's a Duralast and there's the model. Now we've got that guy installed and hopefully that'll fix our fuel problems. Next time we'll be yanking out the turbocharger and rebuilding it. Stay tuned for that.